I just got off the phone with one of my viewers, one of my subscribers, and she had really excellent, exciting news, which is she today found out that she's been accepted into Columbia University's Teachers College, which is a graduate school for psychology and maybe education. I'm not sure. It's called Teachers College, right? I don't know. But it's a renowned institution, elite education that she's going to get, and I'm so excited. I'm so proud. um, so I want to say congratulations to my viewer, and this is happening because you did the work, and you have every right to be incredibly proud. And I'm proud to know you, and to be your friend, and to see all that you're going to accomplish with your bitchin' degree from Columbia University. Um, that's really all I wanted to say, but since it's only a minute and I might as well make a longer vlog, I guess I decided I would talk a little bit about my history with Columbia, which doesn't include enrollment. But I had kind of a relationship with that school a long time ago. And so I've always kind of romanticized it. And I used to dream about going there, but I never felt like I could. I mean, my high school grades were really high and really low, depending on the subjects, and my SAT scores were not good. So I didn't feel like at that time that I would ever qualify. Um, and then I've heard that they will take non-traditional, i.e., older students, with a different set of criteria. Like they don't so much look at the high school record as what you've been doing. And so there was a time in my like late 20s where I thought maybe I should go for it and just apply. What do I have got to lose? But I was afraid. Um, so um, so I'm just, but anyway, this peculiar relationship I had. Okay, so in the 80s, when I was a kid, starting when I was about 11, my sister, who's 16 years older than I am, she moved into a Catholic commune comprised of Columbia University grad students and a priest who was the chaplain of the Columbia University chapel. And my sister was not a Columbia grad, but she got in because she was good friends with the priest, and she's a cool person, and she had an interest in what they were all about, which was serving the poor of the community, running a shelter and a soup kitchen, and just doing kind of outreach stuff. And at that time, she was very interested in doing that, as well as being, I was practicing Catholic. So she moved into it, and it was two brownstones that were connected, and I think about 15 people lived there. It varied from year to year, and these were all like really intellectual and do-gooder types, um, and many of them were cool and funny and interesting. So I would visit her on weekends, especially once I turned 13, more and more from in my teens and high school, um, and I lived for those weekends. I mean, it was like a haven for me. And it was always really depressing to have to go back home to Staten Island, take the subway and the ferry and the bus back home. And, but anyway, I know that neighborhood really well. And, well, I mean, things have changed, I'm sure. I mean, I haven't hung out there since like 1990. So, I mean, at one time, I knew the neighborhood very well. I wonder if the Hungarian pastry shop is still there. That was sort of an institution. Like it was like from the 20s or something. Really good pastries and coffee. But also, okay, on the dark side is my sister's friend John lived across the street. Um, he went to Columbia undergrad, and he owned an apartment, and he used to rent it out, and he lived up in Westchester with his wife. But when they got divorced, he moved back down to the city and into his apartment. And so he and my sister started hanging out a lot. They had a fling. I don't think it lasted very long. They stayed friends after it. And anyway, this is the guy that was something of a predator on me. And so it was a fairly twisted and tortured relationship that I had with him. Um, all through high school. Well, no, sophomore, starting sophomore and junior and senior year especially. So, um, but I used to have special, to me, intensely romantic dates with him, where we would walk over. I'd visit my sister for the weekend, and she was naive and didn't realize that I shouldn't be hanging out with a 35-year-old guy alone. She would let me, but because he was her friend, she trusted him. But so sometimes I would get to go over to his place, and we weren't. It wasn't always sexual because there were times when he was like freaked out and not wanting to carry on that way, and then other times where we would start it up again. So, but anyway, we'd have oftentimes chaste little dates. We'd walk over to the Hungarian pastry shop, or oh God, what was the sandwich place? Not B and T's. That was a pizza place. And there was a famous like sandwich place there. Okay, so we get sandwiches at the famous sandwich place or muffins, and take them and walk over to Columbia. This is in the neighborhood of Columbia, and sit on the library steps, which was just huge. This huge library, huge steps where people would hang out and strum guitars, and it was bohemian kind of. And we would sit and people watch and talk, and I cherish that memory, even though he's a sick fuck. It was exciting to kind of have that. I don't know, because it's kind of Woody Allen-ish, like mentor and whatever, a mentee. What is the person who's mentored called? I don't know. It was sick, but I just fell in love with that school. And one time, so he was working on his PhD. He took me in there. I had like a high school paper to write, so we went into the library, and um, I didn't have a school card, and they had like a check-in place, and she was like, "Is this your daughter?" And that was really uncomfortable. But he got me into the library, even though I didn't have any ID or anything. And he quietly worked on his thing, and I quietly did mine. And it was this beautiful library, and I felt good being in it. And it was exciting. It was so exciting, but it was so bittersweet because it was horrible to have to go home again and like back to the reality of my high school, my miserable, awful high school, and my miserable, sad home life. So it was, there was always an anxiety, underlying anxiety, like this isn't gonna last, this isn't gonna last, like this is happening right now, like this is so great. So anyway, it's tainted memories, and it's confusing, but um, and I'm sorry to be making this event about me. I just thought I would share with you my little history with that school. Um, I was only ever in the library and the chapel. The chapel's beautiful. Um, yeah, I'm sure that the restaurants and stuff are all different now, so I wouldn't be able to help you out. You'll figure it out. And now my sister's moving to Harlem. She's moving about 30 blocks north, a couple of miles. So that'll be interesting to see how that pans out. I mean, I'm sure you can have some involvement with that, as you want or need to. It's just really great. I mean, even if it doesn't become like a place where you can crash, which you will, I know you will, but it will. It'll be good to have like a neighbor, basically, a friend that is nearby, in a this big city where you don't know many people and you're new to it all. So it's good. Okay, that is it. That's my vlog. Thank you. Congratulations again. I'm so excited. I feel like manically excited right now for you. And in the fall. You're gonna be in my home, and we're gonna share a home. And I hope we don't get into fights. We probably will. We probably will, won't we? I mean, although I'm very medicated now, so I don't have my anger issues. So I think I'll be able to roll with it peacefully. Um, I can't even think of what I would be angry about, but I just, I don't know. Well, I can't wait to hear when school starts and when you need to be here and how that coincides with our Oregon trip this summer. That would really suck if we go out to Oregon and you're not there. But then I guess there's always Liz to see. Well, like that. um, I think that's it. I'm gonna log off now. I'm so proud of you. Like I said, 10 times. Congratulations, and talk to you soon.